Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown. The three, steps back, crossover, puts up a three. Rebound James. Second. It's over. It's over. Cleveland is a city of champions once again. The Cavaliers are NBA champions.
Cleveland! This is for you!
Donovan frickin' Mitchell.
Ah, so good.
Spider. Welcome to this week's edition, this game's edition. Wow, this week's edition. We do like 4 of these a week of the Block, the Shot, the Stop, a Blue Wire podcast network where we talk to you about the 7-0 Cleveland Cavaliers. Tim Dandrew here with Skylar Webker. We're feeling good. It was they had quite the barn burner tonight in Milwaukee. There were so many ways that this game could have gone wrong, and the Cavs still found a way to win with a 114-113 victory, where Donovan Mitchell pulls off yet an amazing bucket to give the Cavs their 7th straight win to start the year. And let's just go through the play. I know we're going to talk about the whole game, but so Lillard hits a 3, gives them a 1-point lead. And then the Cavs come down. The play's broken up. Mitchell loses balance, loses the control of the ball for a second, still finds a way to get possession again, drives in, throws it up, and bang because it goes in. And you're obviously pretty nervous because the guy on the other side of the floor has been lights out the whole game.
Oh my God.
And he's the guy who gets the ball with 0.3 seconds left. He has time to get the shot up, and it just bricks off the rim there. So a 7-0 start for the Cavs, a 114-113 win. Donovan Mitchell, 30 points tonight. Skylar, yet another full team performance by the Cavaliers, specifically the first 7 guys in the rotation. But it's the first time all year we've seen them have to dig deep to win a game, and we've now seen them win every way they possibly can this year.
Yeah, this team was definitely missing Karis LeVert tonight. Those points off the bench really, and the bench is really what kind of won us this game, man. I mean, hey, Kevin.
You guys hang out on your days off. I hung out on my day off. I was in the parking lot at the Laker game, came in and left a comment. So I love it.
Yeah, Okoro played awesome tonight.
It was so good.
Hitting threes, getting turnover or causing turnovers. Yeah, he played awesome. Literally up and down the lineup. Everybody played great. And you're right. This is a team that we needed every person to step up to win. Though we are all down on the Bucks, they're still the Bucks. They still have Giannis, the top 5 basketball player in the world. They still have Dame, who could outshoot. I mean, he shot the lights out tonight.
It was
my
incredible.
goodness.
It was so. Giannis was awesome.
Yeah. So we definitely needed everything to win this one. And that's what these guys gave us. They gave us everything to win this.
So when the Bucks go and watch film before the rematch on Monday, 2 things are going to jump out to them that are really going to just crush their souls. They were 60% from the free throw line tonight. The Cavs were 73%. 7 less assists than the Cavs. And also lost its points off turnovers battle by 3. Lost the game by 1. And outshot the Cavs. Outshot them from 3. I mean, by 7%. They were 18 to 39.
Damian Lillard himself
shot
the Cavs from 3.
So Damian Lillard tonight from 3 was 10 of 15. That's pretty good. Taurean Prince was 4 of 5. But obviously the Cavs just had quite enough. And hey, what do you know? Had another prop bet today.
Yeah.
We did. We're back on the winning ways at 4-3 on prop bets, while the Cavs are 7-0. So we're doing something right. We're doing something right.
Yeah, you and Kevin are winning them. I've yet to hit one.
Your day will come, young grasshopper. Your day will come.
All right, Karate Kid.
Dude, so this game is nuts. I mean, let's start the first quarter. Milwaukee gets up to a huge lead. They hit their first 3 threes. They're up 9-0. Kenny calls a quick timeout. Mitchell comes out, hits a 3. Cavs cut it to 4. But then Milwaukee goes on a run where they're up huge. Cleveland finds a way to fight back into it. Goes into the half down. Up. I'm sorry. With taking the lead in the last couple of minutes. Mitchell's playing lights out. And then we go into the third quarter, and Cleveland kind of, I wouldn't say dominates. They only had a 4-point advantage in the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter, Milwaukee really kind of had the game in hand. They were, but Cleveland kept fighting. This is like kind of one of those games where everything wasn't going right? Jared Allen goes 6 of 10. Darius Garland's not hitting threes, but he's passing the ball really well. Evan Mobley isn't shooting his best game. And Mitchell was terrific, obviously. And then we'll get to Merrill and Okoro here in a second as well. But every way the Cavs could have fallen tonight, any way they could have been like, okay, it's just not our night. We'll get them back on Monday. They didn't do. They said, no, let's keep playing. We've got this. Let's figure out a way to win. And that's what good teams do, man. And they did it again. They had to dig deep in this one. It's the first time all year they had to dig deep and find a way, and they found a way.
Yeah, I think not shooting the ball very well in the start. You could toss that stuff up to being tired, coming off of a back-to-back, coming off
For
of
sure.
playing
Getting in
against
town really
the
late.
Magic. Right. So, Dean Wade, 2 for 7 from beyond the arc, and Garland, 1 of 5 from beyond the arc. And Niang, 0 for 4 beyond the arc. So, had to find other ways to win where we've seen, what's up, Devin?
I see that smile on your face. I see it.
We've seen that they need another way to win. And because every other game, it's we fall in love with the 3-point ball because we're hitting all of our most of our 3-point shots.
Yeah.
So it was cool to see them put another scheme together. And I put it in our group chat. I love that Kenny Atkinson is just chilling on the bench most of the game, and Doc Rivers is pacing like he's about to be fired.
He probably is, but he's kind of used to that by now.
Well, yeah, his suitcase stays packed.
Yeah. He's like, I'll take the job, but I'm not buying a house. But yeah, you're absolutely right. So having to find a way, dig deep, fight for things like that last possession where I text you guys, I think it's about a minute ago. Mitchell misses a shot. They get the rebound. Mobley misses a shot. Ball hits the ground, and Giannis and Okoro both dive for the ball at the same time. Okoro gets it and calls the timeout real quick to keep possession. Yeah. That right there symbolizes who the Cleveland Cavaliers are this year, right? It's just like you may beat us in a game, but you're not going to expand more energy than we are. You are not going to out energize us. And
you're not going to out hustle us.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to out hustle us. And they saw that tonight, and I think that was just one of the things that really kind of took this game away from Milwaukee. Look, probably 95% of the time when Giannis and Dame combine for 75 points, the Bucks are winning.
Oh yeah,
and the Cavs found a way tonight with how great those two were, and Brook Lopez was good tonight as well, and Cleveland still found a way to win. Man, I can't even believe it. So, dude, let's talk about Sam Merrill, because
my guy,
your guy, Sam Merrill, number 5. Some huge shots today. 5 of 9 from 3, 17 points. Drew 2 fouls, like he does. +6 in the plus-minus battle. But Kevin and I kind of talked about it a little bit last night in the sense that just having him finding his stride is so nice. But him and Okoro, and a night where tonight they didn't have the guy that we think is a very good case to be the 6th man of the year so far. And you get the game dimension you got from those guys, but Merrill just kind of stepping in and taking that scoring role from what they normally get from Karis LeVert. It's unbelievable, man. That kid is, and also against his former team. So you knew he kind of probably wanted to show them like, you guys really should have kept me. So what a freaking awesome performance
on X, and I reposted it on our account. Somebody put in there that the Bucks haven't won the championship since Sam Merrill was on the roster. Maybe let them know is from Sam Merrill is letting them know.
Yeah, was that Evan? Was that Evan?
I think so.
Yeah, he's great from right down Euclid.
But yeah, I mean, Sam Merrill hitting those shots, that was obviously super clutch for us on a night where our 3-point ball is not falling. Um, and I know the score. I mean, in today's NBA, it's probably a moderate score, but the defense still, they
Yeah.
still clutched up. They were not giving up easy shots. It's hard when you have Damian Lillard, 41 points,
41 points.
mostly from the three ball, 10 threes. So
Giannis is an assist away from a triple-double.
yeah, he is. But outside of those two guys, I mean, they didn't really get a ton of offensive production. Torian Prince had 16. That was surprising. Outside
Yeah.
of that,
Bobby Portis had 10. But yeah, their bench was really bad. 13 combined points from their bench, where Cleveland had 13 from Okoro alone off their bench. That's going to jump out. So obviously, like you said earlier, yeah, we're all kind of down on the Bucks, and rightfully so, because on defense they look like they don't care whatsoever. They just hope you miss. And hey, the Cavs missed a lot tonight, and they still beat them. So we kind of mentioned that. But I'm really kind of taken aback by the fact that they can't seem to just they had every chance to take that game away from Cleveland tonight, and every chance to put their foot down and say this is ours. And they needed this win. They played really, really hard. I mean, they played really well, and still found a way to have it slip away at the end, which is the story of Doc Rivers teams. But just to kind of see that just like things just kind of go the way they have for this team. Gary Trent Jr., with their big free agent signing, has 3 points on 1 of 10 shooting. Shout out to Cavs, man. Shout out to Cavs.
yeah, I mean, and that's who they had Donovan Mitchell lined up against at that final play or that final shot was they went after Gary Trent. They went after the weak link of the night. They weren't trying to prove we can go power through Giannis or anything. They said, we're going to take the easy buckets that this defense is going to give us. Granted, the play broke up and kind of a 50-50 luck shot there, but you feel really good about Donovan Mitchell being that guy throwing up that 50-50 luck shot.
Yeah, that's the guy you want with the ball in his hands. And I mean, it's who he is.
Yeah. Let's see what else. I mean, I think this is the first time looking at the plus minus numbers, and we weren't efficient in this game. So it really speaks out to the defense, the hustle, the grit, and the bench. Really, I think the bench set the tone of this game.
For sure. Because I know people are going to look at the fact that Giannis had 34 and 16. That's not any way, shape, or form talking about that. Mobley played pretty well on him. I mean, Giannis is Giannis. He's going to do what he does. But I thought Mobley defensively played pretty well, and he got him a couple of times at the rim, forcing the missed shots at the rim, and really kind of made sure they made things uncomfortable for him in the paint. In a few circumstances, and that's all you kind of can do against Giannis. There's no stopping him, obviously.
Yeah, he's a 2-time MVP.
Right. And it's just kind of doing your best to contain him, and he did just that. And I think Allen did a really good job as well. In that sense also, for a team that we've kind of talked about where they don't have that third big, so they have to rely at least on having one of those guys on the floor at all times. And you and Kevin talked about this the other night. This team has a tendency to kind of get in a little bit of foul trouble. I mean, Mobley had 4 fouls in a quarter, with 5 today, and they still found a way to kind of stay in the game. Dean Wade, I know, only had 8 points, but I thought was really good defensively tonight. Just one of these games where we've seen the Cavs win by kind of putting teams away quite a bit so far this year. And I know the Knicks game, they were down 11 in the third, and they found a way to win that one, but they hadn't run into this yet. And to kind of see the fact that they can round out their game, they can beat you multiple of ways. You can never sleep on the Cavaliers. You can never just kind of think that you have them beat. This was probably my favorite one of the year so far.
Oh yeah. And correction, I think Giannis is a 1-time MVP, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year.
No, I think he's 2-time MVP.
Is he a 2-time MVP?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
He got the COVID year, and once you win twice, no one wants to vote for you anymore. So
Joker's got 3.
Yeah, he's never going to win another one. Not that he shouldn't win another one, but yeah. So 2-time MVP, 5-time All Defense.
But
really good basketball.
The the foul trouble, I mean, they also got Milwaukee in foul trouble. I mean, that Milwaukee 23 team fouls to Cleveland's 20. So they were able to capitalize on that, like
Big.
scoring at the line, taking the free points given. So I think, yeah, just so it feels so good to have more than one way to win.
Yeah, for sure. Other things that kind of jump out, obviously, are even in reboundings. I mean, in rebounds tonight. Both on, Milwaukee had one rebound advantage according to the box score, but also it says each team had 10 offensive and 35 defensive rebounds. Milwaukee had one more team rebound. Sure, whatever that means anymore. But the other thing that really jumps out about this game when you look at, if you go back and watch film, Cavs did a great job taking care of the ball. I mean, only 7 turnovers the whole game. That's really hard to do in any level, any circumstance of high level basketball. But they didn't give away possessions. They didn't just give Milwaukee free possessions, and that was a huge thing here. Also, like I mentioned, they did win points off turnovers by 3, and also going the fast break advantage, which by 1, and the game was a 1-point difference. So.
Hey, that's all it takes.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. And that's what we're getting to. So the fact that the attention to detail for this Cavaliers team is something that maybe people aren't talking about enough, and how good they are in that circumstance.
Yeah. I mean, other than fouls, because I mean, 20 is still a good number of team fouls. I think that outside of that, man, I mean, there's just gonna be some nights where the shots aren't falling like they should. So you have to do all of the little things to win the games. And this was one of those examples where you're doing the little things to win the games.
Yep. You have to play to win the game. Hello.
Yeah. This I'm interested in how both teams respond come Monday.
Me too. Yeah.
Because this will be the first, the regular season's the regular season. The Cavs are going to be in the playoffs. I don't know about the Bucks right now, but
the Bucks don't have draft picks. So the Cavs don't have their first rounder this year either, but
yeah, but I mean, I feel like ours was worth it.
They don't need it. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Their first round pick is Donovan Mitchell.
I think all the picks that they gave up for Donovan Mitchell have been absolutely worth it. Like
we
probably should have given up more.
Yes. Giving up Lauri Markkanen and Colin Sexton and the picks. They've already traded Ochai Agbaji. He's already played.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was on Toronto until we played him.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, Sydney's checking in from Clemson tonight. She's at the Clemson game.
Yeah, she's at the South Carolina game.
She said, "What up?" So I like it. All right. Let's look. It's a back-to-back. We don't have to go as long as we normally do tonight, but let's make sure we just give Donovan Mitchell all of his love, not just for that shot, but how good he was today in this game. So obviously the 30 points is going to jump out, but 4 assists again, 4 of 8 from 3, 4 of 4 from the line. This goes back to not giving points away. That's a huge difference. I know people are going to point out the -8 and the plus minus, but another game where he kind of had the situation where down the stretch, he kind of showed that he's the guy that needs to have the ball in his hands, and was probably not the best player on the floor tonight of these two teams, obviously, but did hit the shot that counted the most, and that's where he's become for this team as well. Obviously, probably still the Cavs' best player. I think you can go ahead and put that in the bank. Putting his name out there for all NBA, putting his name out there as a potential, obviously very early in the season, MVP candidate with games like tonight, where he puts them on the back. He's only had one game this year where he scored less than 20 points, but Donovan Mitchell stepping up also as a playmaker on top of how well he's scoring and how big that is in games like tonight. We're just really on full effect. So let's make sure we give Spida his kudos. Also still wearing his, is it Haribo or Harbo? How do you spell the gummy bear company?
Haribo?
Haribo. Is it?
I'm trying to run the jingle in my head.
Swanson or Samsonite? I was way off.
Haribo.
Yeah. So he's got the combo, the shoes that he has, especially with them. I need to get a pair. I don't even wear Adidas basketball shoes. I'll have to get a pair of those. But Still rocking those, and they're doing something right because they're 7-0. So another awesome game for Mitchell. Another game where he makes sure he grasps victory from the jaws of defeat. So let's give him his kudos, man. What a freaking basketball player, man. So fun.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't even know if you can say he's our best player. He's our most established.
That's a good way to
Proven.
put it.
He's proven that he's a multi-time All-Star, multi-time. I mean, he's made it to the playoffs every year of his career.
Yeah,
which is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, and just hitting the shots when they count. I mean, doesn't matter if you shoot like Damian Lillard, 41 points tonight, or hey, I had 10 points tonight, but I hit the 10 most critical points of this game.
Yeah, he was awesome, and especially down the stretch. So obviously
And
that
tick
means
up on everybody's minutes, by the way. So
yeah,
35 minutes tonight, which is a season high for him. 34 for Garland, season high. 32 might be even for Allen. 32 for Mobley is a high. So a tick up from everybody's minutes on a back-to-back. So these guys got to be whooped.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously, thankfully, they get a nice day off tomorrow before both teams reconnect in Cleveland. So we won't have to worry about hopefully we won't worry too much about the effects of playing on the back-to-back there. So that game will be 7. It's an NBA TV game. So
Oh, nice.
your FanDuel sports thing, I don't know if it's going to work or not for the FanDuel subscribers out there. We never know if it's going to work, even if it's not a nationally televised game. But just make sure you keep an eye out so you know as well. But hey, we'll go ahead and wrap this up because it's a back-to-back, and we obviously had a lot of fun tonight. So what a fantastic win for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Skylar, any parting words before we get out of here tonight?
I'm just curious on how these teams are going to adjust going back to, basically back to back to each other. Like I said, the regular season's the regular season, but when you get into playoffs, you're facing the same team in a series. So this will kind of be like a small test of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited to see how they match up, see how the rematch goes as well. Excited to see how it plays on our court with the Cavs fans in full effect, which I can tell you that arena this year is rocking. These fans are incredible this year, so it's going to be a lot of fun. But cannot wait to be back here on Monday to do the recap. Kevin will be back with us as well, as we'll have the three of us talking about the second matchup between these two teams in 3 days. We're very excited. As always, thank you for checking us out, whether it's for your first time or you've been here every episode so far. If you haven't and you're just now learning us, please take a second to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, give us a nice subscription and a review on whatever podcast app you are using. And also shout out to everyone else over at the Blue Wire Network for giving us this excellent platform to talk about the 7-0 Cleveland Cavaliers. On behalf of Skylar Webker and Kevin Lynch, this is Tim Daniel. Everyone have a good night. We'll see you Monday night.
Go Cavs.